Tyson Fury, I'm going to be short, sweet, and simple. This fight right here, you better be preparing. You better train your butt off as if your life depends on it, because your life depends on it. Don't go up missing.
I'm gonna smash your fucking face in, you prick. How about that for a fucking message?
Cool coming in on my cell, jumped up like Fury in the 12. No seatbelt, fuck 12. You don't need a stereo in that V12. Just got the whip detail, roll past see the pigs on detail. They just trying to find intel, no loose lips, you know what that entails. Cool coming in on my cell, jumped up like Fury in the 12. No seatbelt, fuck 12. You don't need a stereo in that V12. Just got the whip detail, roll past see the pigs on detail. They just trying to find intel, no loose lips, you know what that entails.
What's up, everybody? This is Coach Chip with Toe to Toe Magazine TV. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to talk about Fury Wilder #3 coming up in 4 days. It is Tuesday, October the 5th. This fight is coming up Saturday, October the 9th, and it's time to go down. Okay, let's get right into it. We obviously know that Deontay Wilder wants Fury bad. He wants him bad. But is he ready for Fury? He has a new trainer in Malik Scott. We all know that, highly publicized, this, that, and the third, you know. But I would say this. You need boxing is all about timing in more ways than one. Okay, number one, with this new trainer with Malik Scott, the last fight happened in February. That's 8 months ago. All right, Wilder has not had the time to exercise his new craft with his new coach. He hasn't been in real time with anyone. Now. You can do a lot of things in sparring and stuff like that. You in the lab, you exercising your new skill set, things that things like that, and your coach is looking at some stuff. Some coaches are real scientific and they sit down with the fighter and they record things like, all right, you could have been better here. You do better positions like this, that, and the third. That's what I do with my fighter. And they could be doing that in the lab.
Through all my ups and downs, as far as my boxing career has been concerned, since knowing Deontay, he's always been there for me. So the minimum I could do is be here for my brother right now and be his head trainer and help him go get his title back for and become two-time heavyweight champion. So I'm very passionate about the job for so many reasons.
That's right. Gotta check to see what he got.
He's made quantum leaps so far in training camp. He's sacrificed a lot. He's doing things I've never seen him do repetitiously, drilling-wise, not just subconsciously or not just from a hoping standpoint of view. And I'm proud of him. We're about to be two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and I have no doubt about it at all, not even a little bit of a doubt. And you seen him today, we sparred, and it was pretty violent. And if it's not violent and he's taking his foot off the gas, I'm making sure that he stay in that mindset because, it's kill, kill, kill.
I put relentless energy on him, relentless energy.
And his mindset is to get it back in blood, and I support that 100%. Deontay Wilder, like I said before, when he punched guys, he tried to punch through them and send them to the next dimension. And I advise all heavyweights that if you fighting him, you should do the same as well because he had bad intentions on hurting you.
But you need a lot of things to be done and exercised in real time, in real fights with people that causes different problems for boxers, whether it's a southpaw, whether it's somebody that's short, tall. It seems like for instance, Anthony Joshua cannot deal with shorter fighters. You know what I mean? As odd as that is, he just cannot seem to. He made good adjustments with Usyk, way better than he did with Andy Ruiz, even the second time. But it was a little too late. So, you know, and I think that if he would have been more active in between the Ruiz win, then not saying that he would have beat Usyk, but it would have just been a better outing. Now, Deontay Wilder, with his new punch, he looked good in the pads, you know what I mean? And, you know, I got my old statement of PPH, you know, you can look like a professional pad hitter, but when it comes down to that fight, when it comes down to executing in live traffic under the gun, you know, certain things that could be frustrating you and you didn't necessarily get over that hump can show in the fight. Things that a fighter could be gun shy after they get knocked out. A lot of people get knocked out. It wasn't a bad knockout. Ain't like Deontay Wilder was asleep, but he was beat up. He was beat up. So a lot of fighters don't be the same. You know what I mean? You know, you boxing is a lot of smoke and mirrors. When it comes to interviews, you know, you can make your mouth say anything, you know. But, you know, whether or not he would be gun shy, things like that, and you start to revert back to what you know best. You know what I mean? You have a fight or flight mechanism. Deontay Wilder definitely has a fight mechanism which can work against him, which is shown by Tyson Fury. You know, he said it before they fought. He said that I've fought guys like you. You know what I mean? You're a one-trick pony, you're a dime a dozen. And he does give, which is a very dangerous thing. Tyson Fury gives a lot of praise to Deontay Wilder. So he has a lot of respect for Deontay Wilder's power. Now, mentally, he knows how to get in Deontay Wilder's head. But he does have a lot of respect for his power. So he's constantly, that lets me know as a coach, that's in the front of his mind. So he's constantly training for that. He's constantly training for that power. And he's been in live traffic with Deontay Wilder twice with his power. Took it. He don't want. I don't believe that he wants to stand in and take it anymore. But he knows for a fact what he worked on in the lab, what him and his coaches worked on, and what him and his team has worked on works. He knows that for a fact. Deontay Wilder does not know that for a fact. He has not tried it on anybody in a fight under the gun where expectations are high, this, that, and the third. You come in sparring, everybody talking to everybody, dapping everybody up. It's a relaxed environment. It's a competitive environment, but it's a more so a relaxed environment, especially when you got a fighter that's coming in. You know, he appreciates you, what you can bring to his camp. He's flying you in, you know, buying you food, this, that, and the third. So if you come to work, you know what I mean, stuff like that, and the sparring is serious. But there's nothing like a fight. Tyson Fury has done what he said he was going to do against one of the most hardest hitting guys in the history of boxing. 2 times. There's been conversation of Tyson Fury's weight, cheating, his cancellation of the fight. There's been conversations about Deontay Wilder's power, his ability to lift weights, and all of those things. But what this is going to boil down to is execution. The pressure is on Deontay Wilder. If he cannot land that big right hand, the pressure on him to execute is going to be huge. And he landed the big right hand. And can he keep Tyson Fury down? Maybe that's why he's lifting over 300 pounds now, this, that, and the third. But he's going to be able to have to be able to set Tyson Fury up to land this punch that he keeps saying, because he's saying Tyson Fury is going to go down and he's going to stay down. He hasn't put Tyson Fury down to the point where he stayed down. He hasn't. And the second time, when you're a fighter and you fighting somebody that's known as a power puncher, right? And you take that away from that fighter, or a person that's known for speed, and you neutralize his speed, and the game slow down, and you can see everything that he's going to do before he does it. You're able to match wits with a guy who is known to be a smart fighter, like how Floyd did with Gennaro Hernandez. Rest in peace. Floyd complimented how smart he was, this, that, and the third. And, I think at that point when Floyd beat him, I'm not saying that he went into the fight and he didn't think he was smart. But he knew that he was smart, because Hernandez was a high. He had a high IQ. So when you can match wits with a person that's smart, or you can neutralize somebody's speed that's fast, or somebody's the big bad man bear of the division, like a Sonny Liston or a Mike Tyson or Ernie Shavers or whatever the case may be, and and Deontay Wilder is that modern day era of a throwback, hard, one hitter quitter puncher. If you can take that man's power away and neutralize him, first of all, get up from that, or neutralize that power and beat him up like that. I don't know what Deontay Wilder's going to bring to the game to make this any different, because he hasn't done that. There's nothing that's been done by Deontay Wilder to put him in a space to make him think truly, because people put on a poker face when it comes to boxing. Like I said, boxing is a lot of smoke and mirrors. You try to put on this face where you got to be brave, you got to face your demons, you have to overcome, right? So, but truly, there is nothing that has been done by Deontay Wilder to put him in that space to where as though he knows for a fact that he can beat Tyson Fury, because he didn't neutralize. Tyson Fury is known as a boxer. He did not neutralize him as a boxer, but yet Tyson Fury neutralized him for what he's known for. And I'm not a big Tyson Fury fan. I said that before. I'm not a big Deontay Wilder fan. When I first saw Deontay Wilder, I knew that this was going to catch up with him because he cannot box. And I knew that if somebody could take his power away and especially get to his body, the way that he backs up, the way that he goes, his no lateral movement, no range and distance, really, as far as when I'm saying defensively, when he's on the back foot, things like that, he just puts his hands up and puts the earmuffs on. Certain levels of fighter, that's just not going to work. That is an opening for a can of whoop ass when you just do that. And there is no shell defense. There is no sequences of positioning that he does when the jab is coming, right hand is coming, the hook is coming, he just got his hands up. So, but he does have the great equalizer in his right hand. His power is crazy. But, and everybody keeps saying that, everybody that's pro Deontay Wilder, the fact remains that, like I said in the previous video, the video that says Deontay Wilder cannot beat Tyson except for if he knocks him out. He took those punches twice and he got up. No one has done that. So for his confidence is huge. Boxing is 90% mental, 100% mental. You know what I mean? I have had the pleasure of training great athletes. I have had the pleasure of training guys who have had the mental ability of Superman. You know what I mean? And with a great athlete, if he's not confident, no matter what he can do, if he's not confident, then that's not going to fend too well when it comes to round 3, 4, 6, 8. This is not going to go over too well. Versus a person that has a steel trap mind. He is executing his game plan, and he is very effective. Even if it's just a jab or neutralizing your power. Because sooner or later, if he has a good corner, that fight is going to open up and turn towards his favor. So, Coach Chip, that's my report. The fight is coming up October the 9th. It has been delays. I think there's all been played by Tyson Fury and his team. It has been mind games going on. It has been a lot of different things to offset Deontay Wilder. I think as a person, I think as a competitor, he's so ready to get in and prove himself. You know what I mean? And he's so ready to get in and hurt this man. It could end up being very bad. Now, one thing I will say, as I've seen over the years, that another weakness for Tyson Fury, he likes to play mind games, this, that, and the third. But this guy was talking about suicide, depression, things of that nature. Now, if he has truly worked himself back into a position of mental clarity, and things like that, to where as though he's concentrated, he's honed in on his family, his religion, his craft, and things like that, he's hard to be beat. But he did have that slump where it looked like he didn't want to box anymore. He was taking drugs, this, that, and the third. So that could have been a reason why the postponement happened. You just never know. Behind the scenes, a whole bunch of different things could have been going on. What I'm saying is, if the wrong Tyson Fury shows up, and Deontay Wilder can take advantage of that, then we that's the only chance that he has. Other than that, it's just the same outcome. I think even worse. You know what I mean? Well, that's my take. This is Coach Chip. You watch Toe to Toe Magazine TV. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share this video. We're back on track. I will be talking about the Anthony Joshua Usyk fight, skill-wise, and what I saw skill-wise, breaking that down. And a couple of other fights that I got my eyes on that I want to break down. And, you guys comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what you think. In the meantime, hit me up, subscribe, DM me, and look at our upcoming videos, man, and what we talk about as far as fighting. And we're getting ready to go to the Nationals. Me and my fighter, Tyler Yavalar, in Louisiana, December 7th. So look out for him, man. We're working hard. Keep your eyes on us, and salute.